Hey guys, Josh here with Daily Mountain Bike Rider, and today we're going to be doing something pretty fun. And that is something I should have done a long time ago with my Evil Reckoning. For those of you who don't know, I got this bike back at the end of November, and since then I've only probably ridden it about 10 or 15 times. But the one thing I have failed to do is cover the bike in bike protectant. Now, if you're not familiar, there's a couple different options when it comes to protecting your bike. You can use Velcro to prevent it from rubbing on cables in certain areas. You can use this stuff called like mastic tape, which is just like a clear tape film that you can put over your bike. Or you can spring for something a little nicer, but it's gonna have a lot more return for you and get some actual bike protectant. Now, I'm super lucky that this video is really brought to you by All Mountain Style. It's funny, I was just about to buy some product from them and they reached out to me and said, hey, we would love if you would do a video on our stuff. And I'm like, you don't even have to ask me twice because I know what it is. Basically, they make this stuff called honeycomb frame guard. And the coolest part is they have a bunch of different patterns, and this stuff is built to last and withstand shuttling to excessive wear on cables, really to anywhere on your bike. You can put this stuff and it's gonna make it look super good and protect it from any rocks, chips, or wear that you have. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through how you can install this stuff, why I picked this for my bike, and already show you why I regret not doing this sooner. The reason I love All Mountain Style and was going to buy their product even before they reached out to me is because they make it super easy to install Protectant. They have these little sheets here, and they all are cut out in different shapes to perfectly fit on your bike. So what you've got here is you've got a big enough one for underneath on that down tube. You've got little ones to put all over the bike, and the cool part is not only does it protect it, but man, it's gonna make it look so sweet. And it may look like this is a white pattern and a gray pattern, but in fact, this is clear, so the bike's color is gonna show through, and the gray is gonna let it show through a little less, so it really looks like it's part of the bike. All right, let's get to it. So, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure you have a really clean surface for your bike. I just got done washing my bike. I let it dry out in the sun so I know it's really dry. And then from there, you're just gonna wanna use a little isopropyl alcohol in order to make sure that surface is completely ready to adhere to your new bike protectant. There's a couple of ways you can put isopropyl alcohol on your bike to clean it. You can put it in a little spray bottle. I just like to put a little bit on a rag, and I'm just gonna run it over one spot at a time before I put the protectant on. And the first area we're gonna do is the top tube, because that's gonna make the bike, one, look awesome, and two, a lot of wear comes from there from grabbing the bike, using when your legs are rubbing up against it, and that's just gonna be nice to protect it. I'm not gonna lie, the hardest part is really just deciding where this stuff should go. I mean, it looks so good, and you just wanna put it on once, and you don't really wanna mess this up. All right, here goes the first one. And with this stuff, it's really simple. You just wanna put one end down, line it up, then you want to put pressure on the center of the protectant and then slowly work your way outward. And the goal here is to create no air bubbles, which if you put any sort of adhesive, whether it be a sticker or a protectant on your bike, you know not getting air bubbles is very difficult to do and easy to mess up. But if you take your time, it can become a reality. I'm already pretty stoked on how this is looking. This is pretty awesome. So that, my friends, in just a few minutes is the top tube. And man, that looks awesome. Okay, now to move on to the rest of the bike. Now, some of you are gonna be thinking what I would be thinking watching a video like this. Is this stuff really needed? And I don't know if you can see right here, but this is where my carbon frame has already worn down a ton from my heels and my pedals. And so on both sides, it's worn here, and then in one spot where the cable is, all that carbon and the beautiful finish is worn down. So is it needed? Absolutely. The tough part is knowing where it's needed before you go out on a bunch of rides. And after you've been around a bike enough, you know exactly where it is. So we're gonna cover this up. So I've got most of the bike done, just a couple more pieces. I'm gonna work to finish it up, but man, the one thing I want you guys to know is every time I've seen one of these bikes, I just think, man, they must have taken so much time to make it look that good and clean. And the truth is, it's super simple. It's just like putting stickers on, and the best part is, after a while, if you wanna change the design or you need to put a new piece on, which shouldn't happen, it's super easy just to peel it off. It doesn't peel the paint, and put a new layer on. So anyway, I'm gonna finish up, and I think you're gonna like what it looks like when I'm done. Hey guys, so this is actually 2 days after I put on the bike Protectant, but it actually worked out in my favor. After I put it on, I was able to go on 2 rides since then. The first one was super muddy and mucky, and I was kicking up rocks everywhere, and really it was an ideal situation to test out the Protectant. And then after I washed my bike, I went for another ride yesterday. And the cool thing is this stuff doesn't just make your bike look awesome, which I got a ton of compliments. It actually works. It protects your bike, it takes care of everything, and it washes off super well without peeling off. Now, the one thing I would ask if I was watching this is, how sturdy is it, and does it peel off paint when eventually you need to take it off? And the answer is no. I know people who have used all mountain style frame guard for a while, pulls right off, and I actually experienced that a little bit because I put one piece on really poorly, didn't prep it with isopropyl alcohol. Anyway, peeled off, there was a little bit of residue that just rubbed off with my hand, cleaned it again and put a new piece on. All that to say, I give this stuff 2 thumbs up, along with their mud guard, which they sent me a really cool mud guard that I think just makes the bike look tricked out. So what you should do is go down below and click the link so that you can buy some all mountain style frame protectant and mud guards yourself. You can find the link down below for mine, which takes you to Fanatic Bike Company, my local bike shop that sells this stuff. Or you can always just go over to the All Mountain Styles website and order it directly from them. At the end of the day though, this is a great company and I highly back them. All right, enough about them and enough about me. You know what time it is. Time to stop watching YouTube, and it's time to go ride your bike. Make sure you do it every day so you can get better every single day.